The woman you're fighting to keep doesn't want to be kept. The harder you hold on, the faster she's slipping away. And right now, you're doing exactly what's pushing her further from you, trying to fix something that isn't broken. It's just over. I've watched countless men destroy themselves, trying to convince a woman to stay who has already decided to leave. They beg, they plead, they make promises, they text paragraphs, and every single one of these actions digs their grave deeper. Today, I'm going to tell you the hardest truth you need to hear right now. Letting her go isn't just the best move for your dignity, it's the only move that might actually bring her back. But first, you need to understand why everything you're doing right now is making things worse. When a woman decides to leave, something has already died inside her. The decision you see on the surface came after weeks, months, sometimes years of internal debate. By the time she says, "It's over," she's already mourned the relationship and prepared herself for life without you. Yet most men respond to this situation by trying to solve it, like a problem at work. They think if they just find the right words, make the right promise, or show enough emotion, they'll change her mind. This is the first critical mistake. When you refuse to accept her decision, you're telling her one thing loud and clear. Her feelings don't matter to you. Her choice isn't real to you. Every time you push against her decision, you confirm to her that she made the right choice by leaving. You're showing her that you don't respect her enough to take her at her word. The first step to either moving on or creating any possibility of reconnection is accepting her decision completely, not as a strategy, not as a trick, but as reality. The second mistake men make is believing that showing desperation proves how much they care. Here's the brutal truth. A woman cannot love a man she doesn't respect, and she cannot respect a man who doesn't respect himself. When you beg, you're not showing love. You're revealing fear. When you make desperate promises to change everything about yourself, you're not showing commitment. You're showing that you have no core identity besides being her partner. Your dignity isn't just some outdated concept. It's the foundation of attraction. The moment you sacrifice it, you confirm her decision to leave was correct. The third mistake is believing there's an emergency that requires immediate action. Your mind is telling you that if you don't fix this right now, today, you'll lose her forever. This urgency creates panic, and panic leads to terrible decisions. The truth, there is no emergency. If the connection was real, time won't destroy it. If it wasn't strong enough to last, nothing you do today will save it. Creating artificial urgency only pushes you into actions you'll regret later. Now let me show you why letting her go completely is not just your best option. It's your only option if you want to preserve your self-respect and possibly create a foundation for either reconciliation or healthy future relationships. The first step is total acceptance. Not the kind where you say you accept it, but are secretly hoping she'll change her mind. Real acceptance. Say it out loud. It's over. She has made her decision. I accept it completely. This isn't giving up. This is acknowledging reality. You cannot move forward in any direction until you accept where you actually are. Next, you need to create a clean break. This means no checking in texts, no social media stalking, no asking mutual friends about her, no driving by her place. This isn't about playing games. It's about giving both of you the space to experience life without each other. It's about respecting her decision enough to actually honor it. Remember, every time you reach out, you reset her process of moving on or reconsidering. You literally prevent her from missing you by constantly reminding her you exist. The most powerful thing you can do now is return to yourself. Not the version of you that existed for her. Not the version that was trying to be what you thought she wanted. Ask yourself, what did I stop doing that I used to love? What parts of myself did I neglect in this relationship? Who was I becoming before I met her? This isn't about becoming better for her. This is about becoming complete again for yourself. Here's what most men never grasp about relationships. The more you need someone to stay, the more likely they are to leave. The needier you become, the less attractive you become. This isn't just about romantic relationships. It's universal. We are drawn to what is self-sufficient, what has its own gravity, what doesn't need us to be complete. The greatest paradox of letting her go is that it's the only thing that creates even the possibility of her return. Not because it's some manipulative tactic, but because it's the only way you become the man who doesn't need her to return. You need to face a truth most men run from. If she was the right woman for you, she wouldn't have left. That doesn't mean she's a bad person or you're unworthy. It means that something essential wasn't aligned. The right relationship doesn't require convincing. It doesn't need ultimatums. It doesn't demand constant repair. By letting her go completely, you create the space to eventually find the relationship that stays without having to be convinced. Whether she ever comes back or not doesn't matter nearly as much as you think it does right now. What matters is that you reclaim yourself, your dignity, and your ability to move forward without her approval or presence. Let her go not as a strategy to win her back, but as a commitment to yourself that you will not be a hostage to someone else's decision, that you are complete with or without her, that your life continues with its own purpose and direction, regardless of whether she's in it. This is how men who truly understand their worth respond to rejection, not with desperation, but with dignity. This path isn't easy. In fact, it might be the hardest thing you'll ever do, but it's the only path that leads to genuine strength and self-respect. At Value Club, I'm building a brotherhood of men who understand these difficult truths. Don't wait to take this step. Follow now. The journey of becoming a man who can truly let go isn't something you can start when you feel better or after one more try with her. The men who hesitate are the same men who find themselves in the same painful cycle year after year, relationship after relationship. Make your choice right now. Your future self is already looking back at this moment, either grateful you found the strength to let go or wishing you had.